What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today we have the May 2022 Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video, as today we have an absolutely massive Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport update for you guys. So many awesome things going on here at DFW, both in the model airport land and also in real life. I'm super excited to dive into today's update, guys, and we have a long one in store as per usual, so we might as well go ahead and get started right over here with the arrivals over to the 1-8 section. So let's get started. Beginning right here, we have the Spirit Airlines Airbus A320 with fence tips. This guy's going to make a non-stop service in from Orlando MCO. He's going to have a continuing service out to Los Angeles for us today. Following that, we have the FedEx Express McDonald's Indy 11 freighter. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Memphis, Tennessee, and will continue out to Indianapolis for us today. Following that, you're going to find the United Airlines Airbus A320 in the Continental Globe colors. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from San Francisco today. He's going to have a continuing service out to, let's go with, there was several. We'll go with Denver for this guy today. Next in line over here, we're going to make it over to Terminal E. As you guys can see, we have a really nice lineup. Currently waiting to get the gate that the Frontier A320neo is pushed back from right now. We have the Frontier Airbus A321 Virginia the Wolf. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight in from Cancun today, and he'll continue out to Denver for us today following that. Next up, you're going to find the American Eagle Barbarian Acer J-700s operated by SkyWest Airlines right here. We'll begin with this bottom one right here. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from South Bend, Indiana. We'll have a continuing service today over to Flagstaff for us today. And on the left, that one's currently making a non-stop flight today in from St. George. I believe that's in Utah, Arizona, somewhere out there. He'll have a continuing service today. Let's go with Fort Smith for him today. Looking really good. Next up, you're going to find these two Spirit Airlines aircraft. Sorry, headphone wire again. I really kind of want to get AirPods, but we'll see. Beginning over here on the right, we have the Airbus A320neo. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from, let's go Fort Lauderdale today. He'll have a continuing service out to Chicago here. On the left, we have the Airbus A319. Really good to get this guy in here. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Miami today. He's going to have a continuing service over to, let's go with, it always varies for these A319s. Let's go with Atlanta to have some fun with it. So we'll say Atlanta for him today. Currently right here in front of us, we have the Learjet 75 right here in the purple colors. This guy's currently a private operator today. He's making a non-stop flight today in from Oklahoma City. He's going to have a continuing flight over to Houston Hobby today. Next up, sorry about the angle, but we have the Frontier Airbus A320neo. This is I'm sorry, not those penguins. This is Ed, Edwin, and Eddie, the penguins. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight today. Let's go with Newark for him, and he'll have a continuing service over to Chicago Midway. Great to have the new route in here, valid of April 28th. So very cool to see that. Before we continue into the rest of Terminal E, we'll get the Terminal E satellite concourse. Of course, American Eagle hosts their mainly their Emerald 145s, but also some SkyWest CRJ700 operations out of the E satellite. It's been a great addition to their gate space here at DFW, as they definitely need it. So we'll begin right here on the bottom with the Embraer J-145. These are all going to be operated for Envoy Air in this airport update today. So it's going to make a non-stop flight in from Albany, Texas, and he'll continue up to Tyler, Texas. And then we have that one right there on the top. This guy's currently coming in from Garden City, Kansas, and will continue out to Buedmont, Texas. Very nice. We have the CRJ700 on the behalf of SkyWest right here in the house livery. So guys can make a non-stop flight today in from CR7, excuse me, Dayton, Ohio. He'll continue out to Santa Fe, New Mexico. I think it's like 4 daily. Really good to see that. And then we have these three additional Embraer 145s, or excuse me, a CR7 there in the middle of two Embraer 145s. We'll begin with the bottom one right here. This guy's currently coming in from Lawton, Oklahoma. He'll continue out to Champaign, Illinois for my boy AS Aviation. Then we have the CR7 right there in the middle. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight today in from Durango, Colorado. And he's going to continue out to Yoma, I think that's how you say it. Hopefully I said it right. Arizona. And then we have the one more Envoy Emerald 145 right there on the top. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Gulfport, Mississippi, and he'll have a continuing service out to Monroe, Louisiana. Very nice. You're going to find an Envoy 175 right here from American Eagle, of course. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from, we'll go with Traverse City, Michigan. He'll have a continuing service out to, let's go with Boise, Idaho, or excuse me, that's MAINLINE coming up. So let's actually go with Tallahassee today. Sorry about that. Here's the Delta Airlines section. As you guys can tell, we have a good looking lineup over here for Delta. We'll kind of pan around since the lighting. I'm sorry about that, guys. I had to record this a little bit early due to a flight lesson, but the next update will be better. So sorry about that, but at least it's sunny and looks good. So nevertheless, we have this Airbus A320 right here. This guy's currently arriving in from Los Angeles, and we'll continue out to Atlanta or Citrus Aviation's airport. Thank you did come in recently, but I thought I'd switch it up and get the A320 going there, so looking good. Got the Airbus A319 right here on the bottom of your screen. This guy's currently coming in from Detroit. We'll continue out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. You're gonna find with this route that you're going to have the Detroit service, especially quite a few A319s, but you also find some Airbus A220s as well in those services. Speaking of which, we have the Delta Airlines Airbus A220-100 right here. This guy's trying to make a non-stop flight in from New York John F. Kennedy, excuse me. And we'll continue out to New York LaGuardia. And on top of the screen, we have the Airbus A220-300. This guy's currently coming in from Salt Lake City, Utah, and he'll continue out to. I meant to get Boston on the 221, so just pretend we swapped out LaGuardia, and that will be your 223, and then now the Boston service will be on 221. So looking really good right there. While we're over here, we'll get the Boutique Airways PC-12 right there. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Carlsbad, New Mexico, and we'll be heading back out there. We got the American Airlines Boeing 737-800 TWA retro paint scheme. Lots of 737s at Dallas, man. It's insane. I got to redo my whole route sheet for the month of June, and it's going to be absolutely insane. Nevertheless, we'll say this guy's currently coming in from St. Louis, and he'll have a continuing service over to, let's go with Chicago here for him today. Alrighty, proceeding into the other side of the concourse, as you guys can see, we got a lot of good action going on over here. We begin with the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-800 and the honoring those who served livery. What a special livery. Thank you to our veterans. You guys are going to make a non-stop flight in from Seattle today. We'll be heading back out to Portland, finding several 737s and even some A320s to Seattle too, which is very interesting. Got the JetBlue Airbus A320 and the high-rise tail. This guy's currently coming in from New York John F. Kennedy, and we'll be continuing out to Boston. We really need an A220, so come on, Gemini, but for now, excuse me, we got the two A320s, so there we go. United Airlines, Airbus A319, the Continental Globe colors. You guys currently coming in from Chicago here. We'll be continuing over to, I got San Francisco, so I believe Washington Dulles is the vacant route. So we'll send them out to Washington Dulles. United Airlines, Boeing 737 MAX 8. This guy's kind of making a non-stop flight in from Newark, and we'll continue out to Houston. Finding a lot more mainline, but I really like that MAX, so that's why it's back. We'll probably get someone else in for the next update. You got the Air Canada Embraer JH175. This guy's kind of making a non-stop flight in from Montreal, and we'll continue out to Toronto. Both flights several weekly, so you'll have to see it. Here's the American Airlines lineup right here at the extension for Terminal D. Really cool update with AS Aviation coming on his channel of Terminal D. It was super cool. Thank you so much to him for having me on for that. That was really cool. So great to do that with him. Be sure to check it out. It was really, really good, and it was a great assessment of Terminal D. So taking a look over here, we'll begin right here with the America West Airbus A319 for the D extension. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight today in from there's a lot of variation. It's kind of changing going into the summer with June, so bear with me if these routes are a little inconsistent. We'll go with, for this guy, we'll say he's heading out to Wichita, Kansas today, made a non-stop flight in from Lubbock, Texas. I believe that's going away next month, so definitely want to get it there, so very nice. Here we have a new model, the American Airlines Boeing 737-800 with the winglet logo. What a beautiful plane. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight today in from Boise to with daily, which is really cool. Continuing out to Palm Springs, also to daily 737. That may have been a 321 going into next month. I'm not quite sure. Sorry, guys. American Airlines Airbus A320. A320 lineup's going to be definitely going down going forward, but we'll definitely make the most of it. This guy's currently coming in from Milwaukee, and we'll continue out to Washington Reagan DCA. And then we have the Airbus A321, the stand-up, the cancer livery. This guy's kind of making a non-stop flight today in from, let's go with Miami for him, and he'll continue over to San Diego, California. Very cool to have this in here. Right here we have the United Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the Her Art Here livery for New York. This is so cool to have at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I believe this was some sort of charter. I did not find it. I just saw it was posted on social media, and I just could not resist at it. But of course, you got the air stair right there on the L2 door, which is really cool to see on social media, along with that really cool toeless. I believe that's a toeless tug. So very cool to see that. This guy's currently doing whatever he ended up doing, but great to get this model in here. I mean, it's an absolute beauty. I mean, just take a look at that. Let me see if I can get to the other side with some better lighting. A little bit better, but man, I wish we had the good light in here, but still very cool to get this in here for this update. It's absolutely beautiful airplane, and it's absolutely awesome to have this in here. So really, really nice to have that. And with all that being said, we're just going to continue moving, as unfortunately the time crunch is real, but that'll get you guys a little bit quicker in update. And next one will be much more formal, I promise. So all right, beginning right here at the D domestic gate right here, we have the American Airlines Airbus A319. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight today in from Let's go with, I believe it's Greenville Spartanburg or TPA Aviation Airport. It's going to have a continuing service out to Santa Barbara, also TPA Aviation Airport. So looking good right there. This American Airlines Boeing 787-8 is currently loading up with a non-stop service today out to Dublin, Ireland. Very cool 787-8 route. And he's going to have a continuing service over to Seoul, South Korea. Very nice. American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Frankfurt today. I believe that's AA71. That may be the London flight. I think that may be Frankfurt. I'm not sure. Nevertheless, he's going to head out to Paris following that. Looking very good. And if I get a little bit of this mixed with June, I apologize because the schedules are fairly similar, but not completely so. Sorry in advance. But nevertheless, this Boeing 787-9 is currently making a non-stop flight in from Honolulu, Hawaii. We'll have a continuing service today out to Sao Paulo. Looking very good. American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER is currently making a non-stop flight out to London Heathrow is AA70, or sorry, 51. Let's go 51. They have 51, 21, 79, and 81 for 4 daily 333s. That is incredible. So you love to see it right there. Speaking of international travel, DFW's international travel is incredible. The next updates are going to be really big going forward, so definitely expect much more formal talk about that going forward. But we'll just say for today's update, we have these two beauties looking great. The Turkish Airlines Boeing 787-9 is currently loading up with the now daily service out to Istanbul, which is really cool to have a daily service there for that. It was 4 weekly, so awesome upgrade, and I really like to see that right there. You got the JAL Boeing 787-8, or the Japan Airlines, of course. This guy's making the nonstop service out to Tokyo and Narita is now Tokyo Haneda is 3 weekly Boeing 777-300ERs. That is incredible. Really hope to get that model. That would be great to represent here, but we'll got Narita here. I believe it's 4 weekly going forward, so very nice to see that right there. Alrighty, proceeding in the Terminal C, we're just going to keep marching through. You got American Airlines Airbus A320. This guy's here making a non-stop flight in from Eugene, Oregon. Excuse me, wrong place. Let's go with Spokane, Washington. There we go. That's what I was looking for. He'll have a continuing service out to, we'll go Savannah for him. This Airbus A321 with Shotcut is currently making a non-stop flight today in from Oklahoma City. He's going to have a continuing service today over to, I believe Myrtle Beach had some of these, so we'll go with Myrtle Beach. Very cool. American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Chrome Retro livery. This guy's going to make a non-stop service today in from Seattle, and we'll continue out to, I don't know if he has to be at the international terminal. We'll send him out to San Jose in Costa Rica, so very cool to see that. Get the American Airlines Airbus A320. This guy's here making a non-stop flight today in from, there's a lot of variation. For this particular plane though, let's say that he's gonna be heading out to, just trying to think of something that would be realistic for the time slot. We'll go with Destin. He'll have a continuing service out to Cleveland. American Airlines Boeing 787-8 over the, or -9, excuse me, down there at the end. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Kahului, and we'll have a continuing service out to, I don't think I got Honolulu, so we'll say Honolulu right there. Kind of a bad perspective. We'll get a better one here in a moment, but we got the American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER. We'll just do this. Currently pushing back right there. This guy's kind of making the non-stop flight. I don't think there's a single domestic 777. Oh yes, okay, there is kind of one. There is a Saturday-only service to San Juan, which is very cool. So we'll say he's heading out to San Juan. Looking really good right there. Beautiful airplane. We'll say that he came in earlier from an international flight of Paris. So looking very good. The other side of Terminal C also has a lot going on. You're going to find down there the American Airlines Airbus A321neo as my lens kind of spazzed out. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Phoenix, and we'll continue out to Las Vegas. Next up, we have the Boeing 737-800 right there. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Going to have a continuing service today over to... Now, you're going to find a lot of Mexico cities, and we'll talk about this more formally in the next update. That are Saturday onlys and 2 weeklies and all kinds of stuff. So you'll be finding a lot more rigid schedule going forward there. For this aircraft though, we'll just say that he's making a flight in from Mexico City, have a continuing service over to San Jose del Cabo. This Airbus A321 is currently coming in from Puerto Vallarta, and he'll have a continuing service over to Portland, Oregon. There we go. American Airlines Airbus A320. This guy has a non-stop service today over to Detroit. Put a few too many of these in here, but that's all right. He's going to have a continuing service over to, let's go with Charlotte. I know it's not A320s, but kind of like that route for that. So finally here for Terminal C, we have the American Airlines Airbus A319 with Shotcut. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight in from Eagle County Regional Airport, EGE. Have a continuing service over to Key West. Very nice. Continuing the march through, we have a lot going on. So since we're here on the taxiway, I'm going to get these couple since we're over here. So sorry about that. Beginning with the Vita Airbus A320. This guy's currently coming in from Montreal, Texas. Sorry, wrong one. Montreal, Mexico. He'll have a continuing service out to Mexico City. This Korean Air Boeing 777-300ER is very cool to see at today's airport update. This is operating a cargo service back out to Seoul today. He was over there where the United was, but is currently taxiing out for his service. So very cool to see that right there. That is absolutely awesome. And the Sun Country Boeing 737-800 right here is currently making a nonstop service today in from Cancun. He'll continue out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. American Eagle Umbrella ERJ-145 on the behalf of Envoy Air is currently making a nonstop flight today in from Stillwater, Oklahoma. And he'll have a continuing service today over to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Very cool to see the Volaris Airbus A321 with sharklets right here. This guy is making the service out to Guadalajara, Mexico today after coming in from Mexico City. Really cool to have the A321 there. That is very cool. The Mexico City service is an A320neo still, but I really wanted to get both routes. So very cool to see that addition this month. That is absolutely awesome. The American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Astrojet livery is currently making a nonstop flight today in from, let's say, sorry, guys, I was trying to get a good route. Let's go with Newark LaGuardia. They'll have a continuing service today out to Washington Dulles. And also, I didn't really want to spoil this to the end, but I'm sorry if some assets are for the June update in here. I didn't realize till pretty much last minute that my paper was for June, and I still had the May update to do for DFW. So I sincerely apologize about that, but hopefully you guys will forgive me. But the June update's going to be awesome. There's a lot of additions coming, so be sure to stay on the lookout for it. All right, seeing a little bit of double right there. We got the, actually triple. We got a Cessna 172 currently taxiing out for a local flight right there on your left. The American Eagle Umbrella ERJ-175 on behalf of Envoy Air is currently making a nonstop flight today in from Springfield, Missouri. He'll continue out to Evansville, Indiana. PSA Airbus A319 for American Airlines is currently taxiing in after a flight from, let's say, there's so much variation. I'm trying to keep it within the realms of the May schedule. Let's say he's coming in from Des Moines and we'll continue out to, I think Birmingham still has mainline, so we'll say Birmingham. If not, apologies. Let's see here. Let's start down here and we'll continue to proceed through the Bravo Concourse. So here we go with the Bravo mainline. We got the American Airlines Airbus A319 with fence tips right here. This guy's currently coming in from Harrisburg and will continue out to San Antonio. This American Airlines Airbus A321 is currently making a nonstop flight today in from Pensacola and will continue out to Jacksonville. American Airlines Airbus A319 with IAE engines and started streaking new models. Really glad to have this one for Dallas. This is really nice. Nevertheless, this guy currently has a nonstop service today out to, let's go with Charleston, and we'll continue out to Eugene, Oregon, which is a really cool once daily flight right there. So American Airlines Boeing 737-800 with the logo winglet is currently making the nonstop flight today out to New York John F. Kennedy, and we'll continue out to Miami. So American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the One World livery is currently making a nonstop flight today in from Oklahoma City as well, and he's going to have a continuing service today out to Fresno, California. American Airlines Airbus A321neo is currently making a nonstop flight today in from Las Vegas, and will have a continuing service today back out to Phoenix. American Airlines Airbus A319 with sharklets is currently getting ready to push back with a service to Missoula. Hopefully I said that right. And he'll have a flight today in from Kansas City. American Airlines Boeing 737-800 right there is currently loading up with a nonstop flight today over to, let's go with San Salvador. And he'll continue out to Cleveland. And then we have the American Airlines Airbus A321 US Airways Retro paint scheme. This guy's currently coming in from Tucson and will continue out to Denver. And then we have the A321 up there on the top of your screen, which is coming in from San Francisco and will continue out to Los Angeles. And right there we have the Kalitta Air Boeing 767-300 freighter all the way over there for DHL hybrid livery. This guy's currently coming in from, we'll just change it up, say Phoenix, why not? He'll continue out to Cincinnati for us today. Let's proceed over to the other side of the terminal. Oh, yep. That is a classic, guys. That happens every now and then, so let me fix that. But yeah, that is not an uncommon occurrence by any means. So here we go with this American Airlines Airbus A321neo. This was a result from all the June routes, so my bad here. We'll just do a straight Los Angeles turn for him today. Then we have this American Airlines Boeing 737-800 currently coming in from Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina with a continuing service today over to Nashville. American Airlines Airbus A319, the Allegheny Heritage paint scheme. This guy's currently coming in from, Let's go with Windsor locks. I think that's a some. No, scratch that. Let's just say McAllen, Texas, and we'll continue out to Cincinnati. And then here's going to be our Windsor lock 737-800. He came in from Cincinnati earlier. That is normal inlet, looking really good. A319 currently coming in from Wilmington, and we'll continue out to Montrose. And then here we go with the American Eagle lineup. So beginning right here with the Sierra J-900 on behalf of Mesa Airlines. He's currently making a Saturday-only service out to Myrtle Beach. Daytona Beach. And he'll continue over to Cedar Rapids. Glad I got the pronunciation better there. American Eagle Embraer J-175 on behalf of Envoy Air currently coming in from Grand Rapids. And we'll continue out to Toronto. This American Eagle Bombardier Acer J-900 on the behalf of Mesa Airlines currently coming in from Panama City, and we'll continue out to Jackson, Mississippi. And then we have this Mesa Airlines House Livery Sierra J-900 currently coming in from Northwest Arkansas, and we'll continue over to El Paso. American Eagle Embraer J-175 on the behalf of Envoy Air is currently getting the gate pulled up. This guy made a service today and from Amarillo, Texas, and we'll continue out to Knoxville, Tennessee. It's American Eagle Bombardier Acer J-900 on behalf of Mesa Airlines once again. It's currently coming in from Houston Hobby, and we'll continue out to Augusta, Georgia. Okay, I guess it is Mesa, okay. And lastly, we have the Envoy Retro Embraer J-170. What a pretty model this is to get in here. There's no routes for Envoy 170s out of Dallas, but I just wanted to put it in kind of for fun. But nevertheless, a couple that have been in the past. This guy's currently coming in from Columbia, South Carolina, and we'll continue out to Jackson, Mississippi for us today. All right, so we still have some aircraft to go here, despite being complete with the terminals. So here's another Mesa Sierra J-900. You'll find this one currently coming in from Midland, Texas, and we'll continue out to Fargo, North Dakota. This American Eagle Embraer J-145 is currently coming in from Waco, Texas, and with continuing service over to College Station, Texas. Learjet 75 in the green livery currently coming in from, let's say El Paso. He'll have a continuing flight over to, trying to think of the smallest city that's an oddball. I can't think of one off the top of my head. We'll go with Jackson, Mississippi. Promise better routes to come there. American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Reno Air Japan scheme is currently making a non-stop flight today in from, we'll say San Antonio for him, continuing out to Austin, Texas. FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter currently coming in from Indianapolis will continue over to Memphis. This Sun Country Boeing 737-800 is currently making a non-stop flight today in from Puerto Vallarta, and we'll have a continuing service today out to Minneapolis, St. Paul as well. And then we have some additional hangar operations, so we'll take a look at those. You have two Embraer 175s currently hanging out here on idle. Then you have this Boeing 737-800 right here currently on idle as well. Various heavy aircraft, including a 787-8, a Boeing 777-300ER, and a Boeing 787-9. Looking very, very nice. In the hangar here, we have a very unique operation. We have some various mainline aircraft currently hanging out here. So inside, kind of hard to see, sorry, you're going to find a A319 that tipped over, sorry about that, and an A321 currently getting some service done. This Boeing 737 MAX is about to get pulled out, and then he's going to be heading back to the skies. This Airbus A319 is currently hanging out right here as well. And you'll find Boeing 737-800 that just got the winglet logos added to it, so very nice. But again, these aircraft, this is mainly just various C checks and just normal checks in general. So again, if anybody knows about the maintenance sector, please let me know. I'd love to come up with better terms and proper terms to utilize besides C check. That's the only one I know. So if anybody knows the proper maintenance terms for routine maintenance, please let me know. But we can say that one had an engine failure. Actually, my parents were flying to Jacksonville recently, and their 737 had a vertical stabilizer issue, so we could say this could be the one right here. So very cool. All right, we'll say it's that one, missing an engine anyway, so really nice. All right, FedEx Express Boeing 757-200 freighter is currently taxiing out to the active with a non-stop service today out to San Antonio after coming in from, I don't have one off, Newark. We'll go with Newark. American Airlines Boeing 737-800 is currently getting pulled over to the taxiway. The hangar area. To make it into the hangar, he's going to have a full C check going after some revenue service around the area. This Mesa Airlines Bombardier Acer J-900 is currently lifting to the skies with a non-stop flight today out to Bakersfield, California after coming in from, I believe we didn't get Bloomington, so we'll get Bloomington, Illinois today. There we go. We'll get some better lighting here as I can pan around. This Prime Air Boeing 767-300 freighter is currently pulling off the runway. He'll take it over to his ramp. He came in from, I need to get some better routes for these. We'll say Denver for this aircraft though, and he'll continue over to, I I think they would have Miami, so we'll go with Miami. If not, the airport in Florida, I'm sure they have at least one. Envoy 175 currently coming in from San Angelo, and we'll continue out to Keelan, Texas. This another Mesa Sierra Douglas 900. They are everywhere, man. This one is coming in from Mobile, Alabama, and we'll continue out to Montgomery, Alabama. Airbus A321 with sharklets is currently coming in from Sacramento, and we'll continue out to Las Vegas. And at Avianca, Airbus A320 currently coming in from San Salvador. Very nice. All right, a few more aircraft here. Again, I'm so sorry this update got expedited badly. Man, it still took 30 minutes. That is insane. I began recording like 4:30 and it's already 5, so. Let's round this out very quickly. Again, sorry about the rush throughout here. It's just, I didn't realize it was taking so long though, despite pretty much rushing. But nevertheless, Lufthansa Airbus A340-300, great to get this in the update once again. 5 weekly out to Frankfurt going into June. So there we go right there. Got that Envoy 175 is currently making a nonstop flight in from Corpus Christi with a continuing service today over to San Luis. I think you guys may know which one I'm talking about, but I'll get that better going forward. A little bit of lighting will sneak in for this American Airlines 737-800 with a nonstop flight today over to, I kind of ran short on routes. We'll go with West Palm Beach. We'll continue over to Fort Myers, and a UPS Boeing 757-200 freighter currently taking off with nonstop service out to Little Rock after coming in from Houston. Lastly, over here for the cargo, we have a UPS Boeing 747-400 freighter doing a Louisville turn. UPS McDonald's MD-11 freighter is currently coming in from, we'll say he's coming in from Chicago Rockford. We'll continue out to Ontario. And the UPS Boeing 767-300 to finish off our updates currently coming in from, I'm trying to get the airport, Ontario, and we'll continue out to Los Angeles, right back where it came from. So, yes, so sorry that was an expedited update, but there it is. Having news every once in a while is not a bad thing. But yeah, Dallas is going great. I'll talk about everything in June. I'm going to leave it all for June. I thought I was going to put it here, but there's a lot of awesome movements ahead, and I honestly lost track of time. So this is kind of what happens, and I promise there'll be more formal updates to come. I just really wanted to push this out for you guys on Monday, so I didn't miss a beat with the upload grind. So that's why we have this here. And there's also an upcoming project that I really got to get the room cleared for once I record the June updates, so tomorrow. So that is why this was a little expedited, but we got it in, so that's what matters. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, sorry that there wasn't a whole lot of variation to the normalcy with talking and everything. Having an update like this every once in a while doesn't hurt anything. So definitely expect a much more formal and just a lot of depth to the next update. We have a lot of awesome announcements, and we're going to go much more deep in detail with the June schedule. Again, what happened was I was getting ready and I forgot that the May schedule was still in effect. So that was kind of on me, but again, sorry. But you guys could definitely tell from the research that I did today how much better the routes were, and even getting the particular locations and everything. And that was with the old route sheet. That had nothing to do with the new one, which is currently sitting right there. So really excited to get the new route sheet going. The old one has been great. Here's just a look at it if you guys are curious what it looks like. I know the handwriting's horrible and such, so sorry about that, but it's going to be great going forward. I hope you guys are excited. And yes, there's a lot of great movements. There's going to be some adjustments to the model airport I'm really excited about. It's going to be adjustments to some new planes and everything, and the airport itself's got a lot of new routes and everything coming. So I hope you guys are excited for it, but that will do it for today's Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport update. Next month's going to be really good, so be on the lookout for it. It'll be coming very soon. I hope you guys are excited for it. Be sure to stay tuned for it. If you enjoyed the videos, please consider liking and subscribing. I would very much appreciate it, but hope you guys are excited for what's to come. Great way to finish out May here. What a month it's been. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I really hope you guys are excited for what's to come. So that will do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.